It's a tremendous scorecard, isn't it? Following on that 437 for 9 on the first day at Headingley. Here the West Indies have finished with 373 for 3. Marvellous innings by Vivian Richards, 200 not out, and Clive Lloyd just sticking around there at the end for his 15. Still quite a bit of batting to come. Collis King, Murray and the tail enders, and the West Indies should be able to put up a very, very good score tomorrow with Richards coming back out fresh. The England bowling, well, I think the best that can be said for it is that all 9 of them tried hard. There are a lot of part-time bowlers in there. The best was probably Derek Underwood, 30 overs, 1 for 87. Tony Greig had a good spell. The thing I couldn't understand today concerned Greig and Underwood in that Greig whipped him on very, very quickly this morning. I thought it was probably going to be just a bowling change, but in fact he gave him a 5-over spell. I couldn't understand that, and I certainly couldn't understand the non-taking of the second new ball this evening. Even if it were to be given back to the spinners, there would have been much more bounce in it. So those 2 tactical things I just couldn't come up with an answer to. A fine day, though, a wonderful day again for the West Indies, and a wonderful day for the spectators. I said the Trent Bridge Test that one of the abiding memories of the summer would be Vivian Richards' double century there. Well, you can add this one to it as well, and also pencil down the name of Alan Knott, who went past Godfrey Evans' record today. Well, it didn't appear there'd be any great delights in store for England and their skipper Tony Greig when the second day of the final Test match began at the Oval. The pitch was still perfect, weather conditions great, and Tony Greig, to his advantage, had the chance of taking the second new ball. He didn't do it, in fact, and we join play now with Miller bowling the first over to Vivian Richards. It's well stopped by Bob Woolmer. Well, we're just looking at that ball as it came down below us here. It looks to be in tatters. It's a very, very pale shade. And just had a quick glance down through the binoculars. And there doesn't seem to be very much stitching left on it. There's 102 overs gone from it. A lovely shot. Does she plays that well? Several times yesterday, he was beautifully positioned to get that ball away through mid-wicket, and that was a superb example of it. And the young cricketers watching couldn't do better than use that as a model. A lovely roll of the wrists, just as the feet have taken him to the pitch of the ball. Good shot. It's 4 from the moment it left the bat. Very well bowled by Miller there. Good slower ball. Just had Lloyd stretching a little bit. And that's an even better one. Just past on the outside edge of the bat. That's a good over. Sensible bowling. Just going past the outside edge. Safe and a fine stroke. Might have been beaten a little in the flight there by Underwood, and he went through with the stroke beautifully. Didn't try hitting across the spin, hit with it straight over extra cover as he was on his way down, and a very sensible stroke. Oh, what a good shot. My word, would have been a great catch. That's the sort of catch you don't really want to see coming back at you. Ball is turn. It's the 50 partnership up. Four runs. Willis. It's been given a ball, and hopefully it'll be with the new ball. Even if it's only for a couple of overs from him and a couple of overs from Solvey. I understand Tony Greig made the remark that there's not much point in bowling the quicks if the ball's going to bounce twice getting through to the keeper. But I don't believe that's quite the point at issue. The point is that if you're going to bowl the spinners, you should give them the very best facilities you can, and that certainly includes the hardest possible ball with the most prominent possible stitches. And umpire Bird is having a word with him again. And is having a word with the umpire as well, so he's warned him again. So there's no doubt that Bob Willis was wrong there. He's digging up the pitch there. He's also taking the new ball. Field change for the new ball. Second slip comes in. Certainly worth a shout. Didn't seem to do a great deal off the pitch, but perhaps just the change of pace beat Richards, and could well have been missing leg stump. Good shot.
In position there for the half volley. Half volley outside the leg stump presents no problems to Richards in this sort of form. So 120 of his runs now coming in fours as he moves on to 239. And the shot repeated, another half volley round about leg stump, flicked away there. And you'd really think the England bowlers must know the great strength of this man. Anything round about leg stump, so severe on. That's a half volley, stroked gloriously through the covers before. The one he was waiting for that takes him on to 250, establishes a 100 partnership between these two. In fact, the third successive century stand in this innings to date. And that 100 stand coming just fractionally over a run a minute, 104 minutes. And Viv Richards has been in there just about 7 hours for his 250. Selvin out to bowl his 15th over of the innings. Oh, we haven't shown you too many of these. Playing and missing outside the off stump by any West Indian batsman on this pitch. Ball just moving a shade away from him. Another good ball. Found the outside edge this time, but it's going to be 4 runs to Clive Lloyd. And Selby certainly feeling that there's no justice at all in this game. Stroked quietly through mid-wicket. No power at all in the shot, just pushed away gently, firmly, and brings Lloyd a second boundary in this over. And another beautiful shot, just simply waiting for the over-pitch ball and repeating the dose again in that over. And another half volley, and that stroke just for a change through mid-wicket.
Jeff Miller. He's coming in from the Vauxhall end, and Lloyd's on 45. Bird just taking the opportunity to slip across. Not moving too freely either. Wouldn't like to have my money on him today, down at Newbury. Oh, it's a fine shot. You know, he only just stroked that ball away. It was no more than a defensive push. And there's Clive Lloyd's half-century. That's been a very good innings, not simply because he made a good 50, but because he's been quite happy to play second fiddle to Viv Richards. It's been a nice piece of unselfish cricket from Lloyd. It's a lovely little change of mind shot. Still get an easy 4 all run. It's 4 more. No chance of getting that. That was hit with power. What a marvellous stroke. He's played no better shot than that in the whole of this series. There it is. As good a shot as you will ever see. Superbly executed. 500 came up with that shot. 503 for 3 now in 451 minutes. There's only ever been one higher innings played on this ground. That's by Len Hutton, 364.
Another over from Greg to Richards. And down the wicket, lofted high over the bowler's head. And he's bowled him, and Richards goes on 291. The end of a memorable innings. A useful delivery indeed from Tony Greig. A little bit of spin from outside the off stump. A little casual shot from Vivian Richards. And the end of a day that people at the Oval will remember for a very long time. 291 made out of 524, and in that last over from Tony Greig, he established a new aggregate in runs scored in a test series by a West Indian. Been applauded all the way in by the England team in an innings which lasted 474 minutes and included 38 boundaries. And two short legs in now. Greig getting a little bit of spin out of this pitch. Collis King still to score. He's away now, forced off the back foot, comfortably away for 4 runs. Steele taking a nasty rap there, very close at short leg, and right off the middle of the bat, swung away by Clive Lloyd, and that'll make David Steele hop around for a while. No chance at all to take any form of protective cover there. Clive Lloyd facing Underwood. Oh, that's a great shot, straight over the top of the bowler's head for 4. Boundary taking the Clive Lloyd on to 79, total now reached 542 for 4. 2 men in front of the pavilion, Woolmer at long off, Tony Greig himself back on the long on boundary. And that's going through, is it just dropping short of Bob Woolmer? He's the man out at long off.
And that is out. It must be gone. It was very wide, a quicker ball. And Clive Lloyd is gone for 84. It's the 5th wicket down. Although there's a great deal of pleasure around the ground from the England supporters, there are 547 runs on the board. And unfortunately, we're just about to have come alongside Clive Lloyd, some fellow who slipped himself onto the field just to make a little exhibition of himself. Destroy Clive Lloyd's moment of happiness as he goes back into the pavilion. Wide on the return crease, and very wide the ball. A pretty good catch that from Alan Knott, because he had to go a long way onto the offside. Well, that's a bad delivery. No wonder Tony Greig was annoyed at that. Half volley, 2 feet outside the leg stump.
Underwood to Murray. Swept away, nobody down there now on that deep square leg boundary, so Murray will collect a 4. And he's done it at last. He's put one over the top. Must really have been trying hard to restrain himself all the time he's been in there, because by nature he's very much an attacking player. So at last getting to the pitch of the ball, putting it right over mid-off for 4. So the roar going up here at the Oval as the West Indies score moves on to 600. And a sight you don't see very, very often in this country. 600 for 5, the West Indies total now. And those runs have come at better than a run a minute. 591 minutes for the 600 runs. And being greeted with a crushing drive off the back foot by King. Willis to King. And he's repeated it, hit with even more venomous power than ever. Really whiplash that one through extra cover. And King's on 49. Making sure he gets his 50, racing through for it.
Out. Caught and bowled. Derek Murray. Well taken by Derek Underwood. The 6th wicket goes down for 640 with Murray out for 36. Caught and bowled Underwood. And that gives Derek Underwood a well-deserved 2nd wicket. Slightly slower ball. Murray playing too soon at it. And Underwood made no mistake. When you're in your 58th over, you don't miss caught and bowls. And he's caught it. Wallerstone's first wicket was a great hit by Collis King. And it was beautifully taken by Mike Selvey. Congratulations for Wallerstone. Collis King is out for 63. Caught Selvey, a beautifully judged catch, out at long on. Bowled Wallerstone. Here's how it happened. It's a big hit. It's a long hit down to that far end of the ground. He got it very well. Selvey judged it nicely, taking it fairly high, around about shoulder height, and away to his right-hand side. It's a good shot. Safe, and we'll go for 4. That's a good shot too. Holding, really getting stuck into it out there, taking 17 off Wallerstone's over. Just after the left-hander had taken his first Test wicket.
So here we go again, another change. And for once in a while, Underwood in complete control of the field placings. Another man on the leg side. Aim is coming in now to cover point. Swung that away to deep square. There's another gift for him, pitching round about leg and middle stump. And nobody out on that deep square leg boundary. Underwood again to Holding. It's high in there, it's over the top of one of those long arms. And has it gone for 6? Yes, that's a mighty, mighty blow. Picking out just about the longest part of this great big oval field. First 6 of the match, and that's going to cause another record to be written in the record books, with the score going on to 685. It's the highest total in a Test match ever made by the West Indies, beating the 681 at Port of Spain in 1953-4. And he's fallen this time, swinging away across a good length ball. And that means the declaration here. So Holding bowled by Underwood to give Derek Underwood his 3rd wicket, out for 32. The declaration made here at close on 5:30 with the West Indies score standing on a mammoth 687 for 8.
Well, that gasometer is one of the landmarks of the Oval, and, well, it's been there. There have been some great innings played here. None better, I think, than that one by Vivian Richards there, 291. A superb exhibition of stroke play. Clive Lloyd, an unselfish knock today. Collis King, 63. One of these days he's going to make 100 for the West Indies, and it'll be a good one as well. 687 for 8 declared. And Derek Underwood and Tony Greig, between them picking up 5 wickets, and I think probably they were the best of the England bowlers. Well, the real trial of the afternoon was to come then when England had just under 50 minutes to bat, and that trial was for Dennis Amos. He's brought back into this England side, a trial against pace. He's failed against it recently, and we join him now as he's facing the first over being bowled by Andy Roberts.
But that a really bad shot. A really bad shot. No need for that at all. A wide one outside off stump. Just really gave him an opportunity to judge the pace of this wicket, allow it to go through. Holding then to Woolmer. That's a very, very useful ball, the first ball. Pitched right on the spot, gathered a little bit of pace and moved sharply away. There is first runs, nicely behind it, over pitch ball, showing you can drive off the back foot just as efficiently as you can off the front. So that'll do him a power of good, right off the middle of the bat, through for 4.
It's a quick delivery. Should say that's probably the fastest ball we've seen in this match. Amos is quite outdistancing Bob Woolmer. Goes on now to 18 with that boundary. Woolmer's the batsman. Well, probably 4 the way this outfield is. Well, that's the ball the West Indians will be aiming for. That one well up around leg stump. See again what happened there. He was right across, exposing the leg stump as the ball was on its way. That was taken right off middle and leg. Well, Dennis Amos got through that last 50 minutes and did it pretty well too with that new technique, which is quite interesting. He's obviously been working hard at it in the nets whilst he's been out of the test side, and if he has been doing that, then he deserved to have some success. He and Woolmer got through pretty well this afternoon. They played and missed once or twice, but the pitch is still very good, and they've got to within 454 of that follow-on mark, which is 488. Very good effort from them. Nothing there really for the West Indian pace battery. They've played all their fast bowlers. I suspect that they're regretting already with that number of runs on the board that they haven't got Albert Padmore on the side. The only problems I can see are that the pitch, I suppose the top might go a little bit Monday or Tuesday, though the players don't seem to think so. And England, as far as I'm concerned, should be able to save the game, as indeed they did against the Australians on a similar type pitch last summer. But what have we got in store now tomorrow? We may not see the same exhilarating batting, I suppose, as we have done from the West Indies over the last 2 days, but we should see a stirring fight from the England batsmen, who have the chance of regaining some pride after losing the series. And what we will see also is an absolute full house here, as we have had on the first 2 days of this very exciting game. Well, England